push this live just to see if that fucking works. Cause
Who knows?
fuck me if nothing else works. I don't know who to talk to get our cameras working now, because it's not even it's literally I don't know.
Quiet.
Are you? You sound fine on my end. And let me see your levels though.
Stream, I'm much quieter.
Wow, your fucking levels in here are shit too. Hold on a second.
Woo! Did it.
Wait, say something again?
Saying something again?
Are you in your is your mic far from your face?
It's like maybe half a foot away. Not much different than it has been the last few weeks.
I don't know. Fucking I don't at this point. Do not know.
I think the solution is we just shut everything down and restart from scratch.
Scorch earth and just
Yep.
let I could just boost you, I guess. I'll boost you in OBS. Right now, I boost you about like 10%.
Ah!
Okay, well, that shot up into the green. That's good.
Oh, no kidding. I was yelling.
You're yelling? Holy shit,
Well,
it's not.
Not yelling. I mean, I'm not going to disturb my neighbors or anything.
Alright, hold on a second. Alright, I restarted the audio engine on my soundboard. Let's try
Move
that.
my stuff a little closer.
That helped. That helped a lot.
I really need to redo my setup. Actually, I could probably do this a little bit better because I don't have to do it with the camera today, so I can be really close.
Do whatever you want at this point. Fucking sit there. Do the show naked. Fucking do the show naked, I guess. Nobody would really know.
Really could.
Yeah, you could. Put that in fucking everybody's face.
Paul's getting a little excited here.
Yeah, he's like nude chin.
It's good, like one of the three of us at least that's listening to this.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck.
Oh, hey, Safe is here too.
You know what's the shitty part is? I can't do window capture on any of things. Like not even on my game streams. So
I think
better.
that's Scorch Earth time.
It's no shit. Yeah, I'll save all our fucking settings, our scenes collections and shit.
I'm gonna Scorch Earth on the iTunes too.
Yeah, it's gonna suck, but you know, this is what we have to do to fucking make shit work around here.
Fucking... Oh no, I'll make it so that we're fine.
Oh no, I'm nuking this bitch.
Huge pain in the ass.
I'm nuking this bitch. I'm exporting all our shit. We'll be fine, but I'm nuking this bitch.
Wait, exporting all of what?
All of our, the scene collections, the Maelstrom Radio scene collection, the fucking MyStream collection. I have that all saved. Like, I have to save that. I have to export that out. So if I fucking scorch this bitch, like do a clean install of OBS, I still have those things.
Scorch it. Get a stream deck.
I mean, I would still need something to stream, like some sort of program to stream with.
Oh yes, but you could set it all up fresh with a stream deck.
I could. Have you seen the new product or slightly? Why is my dog barking? The fuck, Greg?
Because nothing can go right tonight.
Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Let me see what the fuck's going on. I'm back. He was barking because there's people outside. For a reason, just talking in front of my house. Because why not park your ass in front of my house and talk? And have my dog bark at you. Anyway. Something. Melch, you know what would make me happy if there's more people in here? Fucking, hey, if you guys want to make me happy tonight, just fucking pack this bitch.
I'd just be happy to be done because I really want to go eat.
Oh yeah, that too. Let's get the show started. But also, pack this bitch. More people, and then she can go eat. Everybody wins. And I'm gonna go drink beer and get shit faced because that's all I have left. That's all I got left. All right, let me take a sip of this beer. It's good though. You should actually, for an IPA, it's not super IPA-y, if that makes. It's almost more. I don't know. It's hopped with incognito. I don't know what the fuck incognito is, but it's in there. Anyway. Today is August 3rd, 2018. This is episode 92 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, as always, this host is Hungry Hippo. It's Shin. Yes. You are intently staring.
Really
If you're here live and you're like, what the fuck's the show so late? Well, bro, I don't know what you want to blame it on. Blame it on something. Not us, though. We didn't do shit.
To be fair,
fixing
I
it.
left
Tell you
work
that much.
like almost 2
Tried
hours
to
later
fix
than I
it.
intended to.
We're having issues
I
all
had
over the
something
place
come
now. It's just iTunes, OBS, everything's giving us issues. So if you're a tech god, please come help us. Please.
I mean,
I'm pretty good with programs, and I understand how to resolve the issue, and I did everything in my power to resolve the issue. Yet I can't do it. It's not letting me. So
no, you missed the
Anyway.
whole scorched earth solution.
hi, welcome to episode 92. We're 8 episodes away from 100, which means holy shit, Paul Metal just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Fuck yeah.
Woohoo!
Fuck it. Fuck it. Like, you just gave a big fuck it and said you'll subscribe. I appreciate that. That's nice. Thank you, sir. That brings us, we're back up to like, I think 7 subscribers now. It's like, thanks. Thank you. Climb back up. Let's see if we hit those double digits again. That made me happy. Let's get those double digits going. We're gonna pump through this so we can get to the main talking point. The interior design contest is it's live. So if you have the knack, you have the goods. If you got the power, the ability to make a house, make a room look on point, 100. What are the kids saying today? Fleek? Is that?
Pretty sure that's
Is
all.
that what they're saying? Whatever the kids are saying, take that what they're saying and make it that. They're doing that. Do that and enter the contest. And you can win things. I don't know what you'll win, but you'll win it. And there's 200 winners, so that's a good chance of winning.
You just have to not.
Final Fantasy 14 will be at Gamescom. That is later this month. That'll be closer around the 21st, I believe. So, you know, we're gonna keep our eyes out, keep our peepers open. Probably be going down maybe a live letter around then. I would feel a live letter would be good around that time. The second part, be a good place to do it is Gamescom. So we'll see. Let's see what else they have in store for 4.4 as we move forward through the Stormblood expansion. Also, there's new optional items. You can buy the Heian outfit. You can also get the Moonfire Fair, I believe, the swimsuit from last year, and you can get an Orchestrion role as well, I believe, from last year. So it's, you know, the biggest ticket item there is, of course, the Lord Heian outfit. So I'm gonna buy that outfit and race change and make myself just Heian, and so the ladies will get up ons, as I don't know who says that. Probably not the kids. I don't think the kids are saying get up ons. Shitten, can we make get up ons shirts?
No.
Oh God, I can't hear you. Why?
I've kind of been waiting to see how long. I've noticed that you couldn't actually hear me, but the stream can hear me.
Oh my God, I don't know, but at least
great, because you haven't heard me this entire time, but the stream has. I've
been
making comments.
Have you? I love it. No one said anything.
I was trying to see how long I could do it before you actually noticed.
You know what?
It wasn't anything too bad. I wasn't thinking that far ahead.
Been a fucking day for both of us. Okay. I'm gonna take another drink. Just take another drink of this. It's National Beer Day, so fucking drink them if you got them, I guess.
I do not. I mean, I might, but I don't have it in front of me because I need to go make dinner still.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let's keep moving though. So as I said before, community news, we're 8 episodes away from 100. I will also say pay attention to our social medias for a contest floating as we get closer to 100. I kind of have an idea how that contest will work, sort of. Maybe it'll be one of those Gleam things. Sorry, I know those suck, but you know what? If you love us, you will fucking follow us everywhere, retweet that shit out. But we'll make the fucking prize worth it in the long run. Trust me. Just, you know, about us. Not Shin and I, but about everybody. A little bit about us, but you know, about everybody. So yeah, we're getting close. Shin will be out not for a while. So anyway. That's not this month, right? It's next month? Yes, maybe. Am I getting my months confused?
I will be out for an episode next month, yes.
Next month, all right, yeah. But it won't affect episode 100. So today on Maelstrom Radio, we decided that technically the story of Stormblood is over. So they say. I mean,
I'm inclined to trust them.
Yeah, they say it's over. It's done. It's wrapped up. There's nothing else Stormblood related. I don't know about that, but they say there's nothing else related. So I would think it's about the middle of the expansion. It's a good time for Shin and I to take a look at what they delivered. Is it? I mean, they're still going to deliver more, but in terms of story, in terms of the fights, the dungeon, like just the overall, like everything, we're going to grade it. And we'll let you know if Stormblood, you know, from the hype of where FanFest was for us, going in where we're heading towards this FanFest, was Stormblood a good expansion or a bad expansion, or you know, like a fucking skating by with a C. Skating. So let's dive into that. Is it making the grade? We'll start with the story. The main story of Stormblood started off fairly strong. We went in and they made it. I mean, if you played the fucking opening week, you know, you got to deal with fucking certain things like Raubahn Savage and Pippin Savage. Those things I'm willing to, you know, let go, because I'm not going to say it, like, you know, every fucking MMO has some sort of like hiccup somewhere. when it launches. But story wise, it was a very strong opening. I feel almost that everything that came after it wasn't as strong. Some of it was. I feel like the last little bit we got was pretty great, especially that little tidbit leading into what is next. A lot of loose ends, but for main story purposes, I think versus Ishgard versus the Heavensward story, I think Stormblood is a stronger. It gave a stronger lasting feel than like Heavensward did. Shin, what's your take on it?
Are we talking about just the base game still?
Just the base game, not Beast Tribes, not Ivalice. Like it's in the show notes, but just the base. Whoop. Just Lys, Xenos, Ian, Daddy Ian.
I'm not completely sure. I think that I enjoyed Stormblood more on a personal level. I like the idea and themes of it a lot more, but I'm not completely sold that the story that it told was necessarily better than the base game for Heavensward either. I found a lot of it kind of superfluous to the whole overall plot. Like there was just a lot going on, and I don't know if it necessarily meshed as well together as the original story in Heavensward.
Okay,
but as an overall of everything, I think that it still did really, really well. I'm not sure if it was like a strong contender. It didn't outshine Heavensward for me.
I have a question for you. Do you believe there's parts of Stormblood? Like, are there certain like story parts? Like, let's for example, and you know, spoiler, I guess. But if you feel like the Yotsuyu Tsukiyomi Asahi storyline, like that, the ending.
That's not in base game though.
Oh, in the base game itself? No, I'm talking about all the way up to where we are. Like that's including where we're at, not just base. Then I misunderstood. So yes, that's including everything up to the ending, the theoretical whatever.
So up to 3.55 versus 4.3.
Yes. I mean, did Ishgard really end in 3? I think it ended in 3.4 though, like after like Schnidhogg.
Yeah, like there was still a little bit, I think, in 3.5, more wrapping up stuff and Emmerich kind of handling stuff and transitioning into his position.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, we were much more into Lisa's storyline and Omega and handling some of the lead up with Sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, we're heading towards that again, whatever that is going to be. Like that's going to be the same.
We are, but I think we're a lot earlier. Like this time we actually wrapped up Stormblood in 4.3, and I think 4.4 and 4.5 and beyond are going to be very much focused on the next expansion, as opposed to we were still wrapping up. Like we finished the climax of Heavensward was 3.3, whereas we finished up everything in 4.3, and there's no more. Like we've pretty much wrapped everything up. But we still had 3.4 and a little bit of 3.5 to finish up some of the main plot elements in the original in 3.0.
The meat.
But going back to your original question, I think from what we've seen, I don't know. I'm not completely convinced. There are still parts of Heavensward that I think were very, very well done, and I still don't think they've been topped in Stormblood. That's not to say Stormblood hasn't had really impactful parts, but I still think that Heavensward had some very, very good storytelling and some very impactful storylines. Whereas I haven't been as invested in the 4.0 storyline as much. I don't know if it's because of what's being done or how it's been done, or it's just there's so much going on at once, whereas we were very, very focused in Heavensward. Here we're kind of going back and forth between like authored and Eorzea. Wait, Eorzea?
No. Authored and is it Eorzea? The fuck is it?
Heidelberg is the whole world.
Yeah, I guess Eorzea.
I think it's Eorzea.
That's Eorzea.
So yeah, going between the two continents kind of splits a lot of the the time and stuff, like we were very, very focused on Ishgard, and we had characters that kind of were there for our entire journey throughout it. We had Azael, we had Astinian, regardless of what your opinions are on it. We had Hild, we had Amarek, and what's her name? I can't remember.
The hell is her name?
Yeah, I can't remember right now. But like we had these characters that were very prominent. We had some side characters that came in, like the Mughals and the Vanu and all of them, but they were kind of to the side as well. Like they are definitely not major characters, but the other ones were. They were there for almost from day one, and even some of them were there before we started in Heavensward, and we had them introduced initially. And the only character that we really kind of had that similar relation with was Gosetsu in this one. Like he was introduced beforehand, and Nugiri to some degree as well, since we've known her forever. But apart from those two, we were split between a whole group of people that were in the middle of the Alamigo resistance and trying to fight all of that. Then we split off for a long time and went over to Doma and authored, and we were doing a whole bunch of stuff over there with a whole different set of quest people. And then as soon as we were done with them, we just kind of dropped everyone there and went back to Alamigo. And like, I didn't find there was as much investment in the characters or in what was going on in any one area. Like we were doing a lot, but we weren't as invested. And I think even with like the lead up and the ending that we've had in 4.3 with Tsukuyomi and all of that wrapping up and Asai and everything, it was very, very, like, I really enjoyed it and I thought it was really powerful. But personally, I still think that 3.3's big climax with Nidhogg and all of that was much better done than 4.3's.
Yeah, I mean the ending with Nidhogg was very powerful, right? Like we like, don't get me wrong, the Tsukuyomi fight was really great. It was fucking a phenomenal fight. Just a phenomenal fight. I like the midway where we fight her memories or her the attackers in her life, and like it was a great way to mix storytelling and a fight together. But the Nidhogg fight felt more final in a sense for that story, where I don't feel as Tsukuyomi was as final. But to be fair, I know Chile said 4.4 probably going to be finishing Kugane and be filler. They've said that this is it. Like, no, we're not going. This is like Kugane's done in 4.3. If anything, we're going back to Garabanya and fucking, you know, stomp around over and like fucking, I mean, not Garabanya, fucking Alamigo, and stomp around over there and finish up little shit over there. And get ready for, you know, going in the middle. See what's in the cream of that Oreo. With that being said, I know you mentioned like the Beast Tribes and everything. Do you feel like the Beast Tribes did well this time around? I love the Namazu. Like, love the Namazu story. It's fucking ridiculous. It's over the top. I think it's better than the Mughals.
It's absolutely terrible and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think between the two, between like Heavensward, Beast Tribes, and the Stormblood ones, I think the Stormblood ones felt a lot more cohesive. It was a lot simpler feeling, at least for me, to get them done. I wasn't really worried about any of it. And just the whole not having to do the Moogle quest chain at the beginning kind of set the whole mood for things. It made it a lot nicer to go through all of them.
Mm-hmm. I got to put a fish in a sack.
You also got to put an Amazon in a sack multiple times.
Mm-hmm. It's the best way to travel.
It's true. They're very portable. But all right. I think that Stormblood's done the Beast Tribes a lot better, and the iteration as they've moved through A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, and Stormblood, the Beast Tribes have gotten much, much better over time. And I think that's something that's really good. Like, it's a good example of them iterating on an idea and improving it and making things better.
Yeah.
Also, the Namazu are great.
True. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch our voice server because there's some weird shit happening with you.
Ooh.
Okay, I think we're good.
Ooh.
Better. All right. You, I don't know what was going on. It was a little funky. I mean, people understood you, but it was a little funky, a little funk there. All right. So let's. Beast tribes are pretty much open and shut. I love the Namazu. I think this story was really fun. I liked the take on the Ananta, not having to build up their home, but build up a base for operations was really well done. It was a little different. And then of course we had the Turtleman, and the Turtleman, and I agree with Shin. It was way more cohesive. I didn't feel like any of these felt hard to do. Like it wasn't. I mean, it's a daily quest, and daily quests are chores, but I don't know. It didn't feel like a pain in the ass. Like especially the Namazu. I feel like the Namazu story is worth doing just because it's so fucking ridiculous. So that brings us to Hildebrand. Have you caught up with Hildebrand at all, or are you still just did the first part of it?
I think it's still in the first part. I don't think I've gone past that.
Yeah, same. I mean, I could talk about what we did so far. So far, it seems to be funny. It seems to be going in a better route than Heavensward Hildebrand. Not to say Heavensward Hildebrand wasn't funny. Fucking GG's fucking clotheslining Hildebrand was still pretty fucking great. So I'm happy to see. I know a lot of people are like, fucking let's no more Hildebrand, but I don't know if it's funny and they can make it work. I will always be a fan of Hildebrand showing up wherever we're going. I almost feel like the Hildebrand questline is a nice break from all the serious, and I understand that you could do that with the Beast tribes, but I don't know. I think Hildebrand is so over the top that it's nice to have that kind of break, especially because they contort his face and his dad suplexes his ass, and it's just so fucking ridiculous. And I feel in a game to have that, like I have to give Square credit because Hildebrand. I mean, I can't speak for a lot of EverQuest, and I can speak for Warcraft, but there isn't a whole lot of like super funny side quests. Like there's like little side quests that are like to be jokey, but Hildebrand's just got hilarious writing, and it felt like a little comedy anime that I got inside my fucking video game. So it gets a pass. So what about you? I know we haven't really caught up, but still, like, Hildebrand overall, yay, nay?
I've been kind of disappointed with Hildebrand since A Realm Reborn. I think the original story was really, really well done. And Heavensward was okay. There were certain parts of it that were really good, but there were other parts that just kind of felt rushed or not quite as well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I had high hopes for the Stormblood content, and it was starting to be okay, but it was also very, very short.
It was.
Having not done a lot of it and having to still catch up with it, I don't really have a strong opinion on it right now, but I haven't had... It's not something that I would strongly recommend people to do at this point for anything past like the A Realm Reborn stuff.
Wait, and just fucking do it all at once so it's one cohesive like story of comedy.
Well, that too, but I just mean in general, like there wasn't a whole lot of incentive to complete the Heavens, like the Heavensward one ended really nicely with the whole with Vivi and all of that, which was really cool. But I haven't had the same sort of incentive to go and complete it in Stormblood.
It was, but the Heavensward one was a very odd, like. It's very odd. Yeah. It seemed to be more touching than it was. I mean, it had comedy moments. It felt like they pulled back on the comedy and went more for the emotional side of things, dealing with like identity and acceptance and all that stuff, which is great, which is cool, but that doesn't seem like a Hildebrand thing to me. Hildebrand seems like I'm gonna solve the mystery and fucking blow up and shit. And this one started off pretty okay. I like the whole idea that there's the stalker Lalafell fucking after Nashu. Fucking hella creeping on her. So that's where I want to see it go. That shit keeps happening. I'm down. If it's just over the top, so that's where it needs to be. It just needs to be over the top. Don't try to fucking put heartfelt shit in Hildebrand.
Really just needs more Julian.
Yeah, of course. I'm down always. So story overall, what would you grade it? I don't know what's our grading system?
Not sure. Probably should have figured that out before we started this.
Letters, numbers, or listen, you tell me a letter, you tell me a number. Like it's rather fucking something out of 10 or A, B, C, D, or F. Gotta be coasting with something. You're thinking. Coven. He's gonna choose. I'm letting Shin choose. Numbers or fucking letters. Hello?
I think I'm gonna go with phi.
Phi? What the fuck is a phi?
Phi.
What the fuck's a phi?
Phi is a letter.
Did you Can
You never specified I had to use the English alphabet.
I know, I should have.
Probably should have.
Can we use the English alphabet? Can we use the English or the normal grading system that are used in schools?
Canadian schools or American schools?
I don't know. What's the grading system in Canada?
Roughly the same.
All right, then fuck it. Roll the dice.
Our, like, percentage-wise, I think our A is... Actually, it changes. Sometimes our A's are like 90 to 100. Sometimes they're 80 to 100.
80 to 100?
I think
Fuck.
80 to 100 for our A's.
What?
B's are the 70s, C's are 60s, D's are 50s, and then below that is just failure.
Man, I would have coasted so much. Dude, I would have coasted with a fucking solid, like, A average.
So we don't really pay attention to letter grades after, like, a certain grade. It's all just percent numbers.
I would have fucking coasted. So what do you give it? A, B, C, D. Solid C? Taking a C? Take a C? D? Alright, you think. I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna overall I think the story was a B. Wasn't it A? Was it a C?
Chili already gave my answer as well. I think I'm gonna give it an A minus. I think it was a pretty strong story. I think there's some elements that aren't so great in it. And I would A minus or a B plus, strong B plus. But I would probably give Heaven's Word a slightly higher grade.
Chili says if I can censor any scenes of the certain Dragoon. No, you cannot. He's there. He's in the story. You cannot censor him. Don't censor. Censorship is not great. Don't censor stories. You'll just be, listen, at that point, might as well just be fucking Fahrenheit 451 and just throwing books and fires.
Yeah, Chili, you don't want to become the US government.
Yeah, F. Oh, Jesus, straight to an F. Fuck. I don't mind that Dragoon. It doesn't bother me. Alright, so the fights.
I like Justinian.
Yeah, fucking.
He's not the strongest character, but he's not terrible.
No, there's worse. We don't.
Yes, there are much worse characters.
Fucking here at Maelstrom Radio. Oh shit. Shit. Welp. I guess fucking here at Maelstrom Radio. Fuck Thancred. All hail Justinian.
I never said all hail Justinian.
Nope.
But I do dislike Thancred.
Can we make sure to say fuck all hail Justinian, fuck Thancred?
No, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't like to get stabbed by Safe.
Hey, real quick. Fuck, marry, kill Thancred, Justinian, Alfie. Go. He's thinking. Don't worry. That's just the silence is him thinking.
Well, the question isn't like who to kill is obvious.
Okay. Who?
Wait, sorry. Who were the three again?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Justinian. I was thinking killing Ariana still.
Oh, I mean, he's not on the list. It's Mary Kill, Stinian.
Oh wait, no, that's what I wasn't. Did I say Thancred earlier?
Yeah, I thought. Oh,
Yeah,
you.
no, I like Thancred. It's Urianger that I hate. and Mary Kill.
Oh, okay. No, wait. We
I don't
changed
know
our
why
stance.
I was getting confused there.
We
I do like
changed
Thancred,
changed our stance.
but I
Fuck.
also don't think he's terribly
Fucking
strong character. But no,
hail,
it's Urianger that I hate with a passion.
hail, Stinian. Fuck Oriange. That's the shirt that we're gonna make. We'll scratch out Thancred's name and just put Oriange underneath it. This shirt's gonna be super long. This is gonna be a super fucking long shirt. Anyway, yeah,
The first
no.
one should really be Minfilia.
Really? Oh wait. Are we? Wait.
She's already dead, kind of. So that's why her names get scratched out.
Oh, okay. I think meant for the fuck Mary Kill.
Oh no.
Like we fucking her? It's wrong. Seems aggressive. Never going to buy that shirt. You would. You'd still buy it. Did we ever get an answer on that? What's the over under? We'll come back.
Wait, on which one?
The fuck Mary Kill on those three.
Are we still doing with Thancred or Orianger?
Well, Chili threw in Oriange, so we'll sub out
definitely
Thancred.
Kill of the Orianger.
Okay. What's the other two? Mary and Alfie?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well.
Alfie just needs protection. Like, he's innocent, and he just needs people to keep him safe.
Fucking about to fucking lance a dragoon. Paul Metals. Well, Chili says kill the dragoon, fuck Alfie, marry Oriange, and then Paul Metal says kill the dragoon, fuck Oriange, marry Alfie. So, all right.
Not kill Orianger.
Just
Chili and I are not gonna have a great time at FanFest this year.
Alfie's marriage material. Waiting for Safe. I feel like Safe would have a great answer for this, but he's Safe's probably his own fucking world.
He'd also be kill the dragoon.
Oh no, he'd kill the dragoon. I just want to know who he's gonna fucking. Anyway, let's talk about fights and trials. The trials I think in Stormblood were. They did a great job this time around. I don't feel. I think as the trials progress in each expansion, they're getting more inventive with how the fights are being developed, and I think they're not. I think they're starting to not rely on like it's this. I mean they are, but they're trying to add newer elements to that stuff. And I'm quite okay with that. How did you feel about the trials this expansion so far? I know we have more to come, but so far, like up to Tsukiyomi.
I think they've been pretty strong overall. I have like that they've been experimenting a little bit more with them and doing some unusual mechanics that we haven't really seen before. And they started this off in Heavensward as well with a few of them. I think they've definitely gotten a little bit more adventurous as time has progressed, and we've seen more and more really interesting fights. And I think the community has also kind of come back with this and said, hey, this is really, really awesome. Like even going back to 4.0, we had the Shinryu trial, which was pretty difficult for the time that it came up, mostly because people weren't paying attention. But I do know that there was a lot of issues when it first came out with people not being able to do that fight. And even now, I've still seen a lot of people struggle with that fight. And then continuing to some of the other trials that we've had with like Byakko and Tsukiyomi, like there's been a lot of interesting new mechanics that we haven't had before. And even to the point, I don't think that most MMOs have seen some of these mechanics that they have. Not to say that I guess rather they're not traditional MMO mechanics either.
And that's a great way to put it. They really are not. Having rated another MMOs, and it's not to disparage like World of Warcraft or any other MMO, but they tend to use a lot of the same gimmicks in different ways. Like they try to rehash gimmicks because raiders know those things. They just try to figure out how to make them difficult and tighten them up and put new spins on them. So that the fights are unique and fresh and all those things, where I think Final Fantasy does us justice in saying we could do that. We could do those common MMO type things, or we could do these outlandish sort of fights. And those fights even break down into the Omega raids as well. I think also with Omega, the idea that we're going through and fighting the history of Final Fantasy characters is also kind of great. The thoughts of going in and fighting Exdeath and then Neo Exdeath and then Kefka and then God Kefka on the Savage fights, like that's that, and the idea of saying, hey, listen, there's a bonus boss if you do it on Savage, netting you a weapon, netting you gear guaranteed if you drop them, and it's all new mechanics. It's a tougher version of the fight. It's going to be hard, but it's worth it. Like you're gonna guarantee yourself a mount and the gear and all that stuff. And I think that's really cool that they're starting to say, we know what you guys want. We know that we want to be able to give you the people that are just want to go in and just do like the normal raids, the raid, and the people that are doing the Savage raid give you something, a little bonus for going in there and completing the harder version of the fight. And not only are you getting the normal 4 fights harder, but you're also going to getting this bonus fight, and that bonus fight is in line with the storytelling of those characters as well. And I know you haven't played the Final Fantasy games outside of like a little bit of 15 and 14, of course, and 1. Like Chili, I has my diamond weapon. I don't know how Chili got a diamond weapon, but congrats, Chili.
Killed the thing.
He killed the thing. But the question is, did he have a group? Chili, did you have a group to go kill the thing, or were you carried? I'm not, not to disparage you. I'm just curious. Questions I have. Just tell me.
I do believe that he cleared it.
Like he fucking had a group that went in there. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking
Savage Raider.
Fucking. He has a group. Have you not watched Roger? Metal Gear Rising? Have I not watched? No. I know he has a static. No, I know Chili has a static. I just didn't know if his static was like ooh steps. Like, listen, there's like, yes, I'm in a static. I know
between like Omega Savage or Sigma Savage or Sigma 8 Savage, 08S, and Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah.
And the diamond weapons are from 08S.
Are they from 08S? Or they're from... Oh, never mind. Diamond is God Kefka. Okay, I'm getting these fucking... Listen, I'm getting all these fucking weapons confused. Can we not name them like fucking after like jewels and fucking different various fucking precious metals? Can we not do that? Can we just call them like haha clown god weapon or some shit?
They're called diamond weapons. That's why they had it.
Can we call it the clown bingus?
The other ones have like special names.
Honkers. Diamond
like
is God.
Each of the weapons from like Ultimate Weapon, Ultimate have specific names. Like they're unique names. Whereas all the other ones are just diamond weapon.
Can I just call the one from Ultimate Weapon the Chi-Chi weapons, and then like I got my Chi-Chi greatsword?
No. It should be called the Ooh weapon.
Ooh. Ooh. It's my fucking my ooh staff. I'm gonna heal you. I will heal you with my ooh. That's why we can't have nice things. All right, Ivalice. So far I like Ivalice. I like the bosses and the fights. Fucking math boss is great.
I think the raids were really well done this expansion. Really enjoying a lot of them. There hasn't been anyone that's quite Ozma level yet, I don't think. But they've all been pretty close.
I believe Ozma did the math fight. The guy who designed Ozma didn't.
Yeah, there's still in the fights designed by that guy, and I think a lot of them are influenced by that fight. But there hasn't been a fight at that level quite yet.
Yeah, it's the randomness. I would love another random fight. I think the math fucks people up still. Like, I think there's just people not
People don't know how to do that.
get better at math. Do it. Fucking go to Canada. Get a 60 in math, which is a C. Learn math. Dungeons. I love Bardam's Medal. Still waiting on more of that. I don't understand why we haven't gotten more of that. More mechanics boss.
There's only so much mechanics boss you can do.
But can I get one more? Just one.
It could still, like, I think it's one of those things that you could do it, but you have to do it fairly spread out, and because you can't put too much mechanics in a single boss, but you don't have too many mechanics bosses.
Man, I don't want like 80 I don't want a mechanics dungeon. But
we haven't really had that many dungeons since Bardam's Medal, though.
You're right, we haven't. This expansion has been very. I mean, we're getting 2 more dungeons next patch.
It hasn't really been that much different from Heavensward, though.
Has it though?
We're very similar in how many dungeons we've gotten.
I thought we were getting 2 though every patch in Heavensward. Where this one we're getting 1 and 2, like one time, 2 the other. So we're getting at least 1 less dungeon. Am I right? Someone tell me I'm right.
We are getting slightly less because we got Ultimate.
That's the thing. Like and that's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fucking cool. Like, that good. Like, I like that challenge. I like watching people race for rating. Like, that's something I don't think this game has, and them adding it was a smart idea. So yeah, GG. Good on them. So all right. So how would you grade the fights overall for Stormblood?
This is hard because we didn't make a really great scale in that most of the stuff I wouldn't rate really lowly.
Mm-hmm.
Overall.
Overall.
So, like, I think that the fights are like a strong A. Like, I really enjoyed these fights, but it's hard to rate it comparatively.
All right. So would you rather go a fucking number?
No, like, part of it is like there's certain ratings. If you're doing a rating scale, and you're rating based on just generic what is bad, what is good. First of all, it's really highly subjective, so it's kind of hard to do that. But everything tends to go towards the higher end of the scale.
It does.
So, like, if I'm only basing everything on like what is the worst of Final Fantasy 14 to what is the best, I still rate this content as an A. But there's a lot of stuff that I would put as a failure, right? Because it's on a set scale between the worst and the best.
Oh no, of course.
I think that this expansion, we've seen some of the best fights.
Yes, absolutely.
Maelstrom bot needs to stop.
Oh. Stop it, Maelstrom bot. Don't tell people to watch both us and the Crucible. There's not a multi-Twitch.
They're not even streaming.
I don't even know. They don't even exist right now. All right. So if rating the fights an A, I think both of us are rating an A. Dungeons. I feel like I almost want to, like, I don't want to go into each dungeon. The dungeons themselves, I feel like, are more set piece this time around, very more like open, and I didn't feel enclosed in places. Like, I felt like they did a really great job of like opening it up and putting us outside and doing these things and adventure and trials and telling a story through the dungeons, like, you know, Doma Castle and all that stuff. They did a very, very good job of that. Even going into the very first dungeon, which was the pirate ship graveyard, connected right into the story. Like, you rolled right into that piece, and I give them credit, so much credit for that, because I think they've integrated the dungeons in such a way that it felt fun and it delivered a lot of great story. And even in the side dungeons, like it offered cute fluffy animals and gave us one of the best areas in the game where I can go see cute animals do stupid crazy nonsense things. So yet again, I think the dungeons in this expansion I would rate them higher a little bit overall. I think Heavensward dungeons were really done really well as well, but I don't know, I felt some of them were a little boring, like a little just like go here, where I feel a little more like the Heavens or the Stormblood ones were a little more interesting. Like there's a little more shit coming at you and like fucking traps and shit.
The dungeons themselves, I think, were fairly well done in this expansion, and I really did enjoy them. But I do have a huge issue with how they've done them in this expansion, and that there's a lot more that don't get seen. A lot of the story dungeons don't get revisited. That you don't see them pop up in queues. You don't see them happening. There's a number of dungeons that just I haven't seen since I've ran them. I think Siren Song was one of the first times I saw it again was a week ago when we ran it because someone needed to do it.
That's true. It's also
So,
I was gonna say it's also weird because when we ran like to God, I can't remember, like when we went to House, I guess I can't remember the name of the dungeon. So. I mean, the only reason to run it now is unless you're helping somebody that needs to run it, or if you want to go get the mount and you're going to farm it for that mount.
yeah, so like I thought that the dungeons were really, really awesome in this expansion, but my problem with it is just that a lot of them ended up getting forgotten and we didn't get to go back and see them a lot, and for that I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's a design issue with the dungeons. I feel that's more of a how can they fix incentivizing going back to those dungeons outside of the book, the storybook. I mean, that's a great way of doing it, oddly enough. You can say, instead of saying do these dungeons level set 1 through whatever, or do a level 70 dungeon or whatever, maybe do this specific dungeon and then to get people fucking running them.
The problem is that more like with the roulettes, and I think that's they're not, because they're not on the roulettes or they're not on as often roulettes. You don't get to see them as much. Like we have a roulette for basically everything that from 49 and below. We have one for just 50 to 6, or between like 50 and up to 70, and then one for 70 only. And basically anything that's not 70 really gets kind of ignored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like it would be interesting, and they did this actually with the frontline roulette, in that the frontline roulette always used to be the same thing over and over again, but they actually made it so that you didn't have to go and do the same thing. They would change it up every couple days or every week, and I think that would be kind of an interesting idea to do with the duty roulettes for leveling for dungeons as well, is have like a set of like
rotating dungeons,
kind of, yeah, rotating.
Yo, can we fucking get that, like the daily dungeon of the day or some shit? Like fucking run this dungeon, get a little bonus. I would do that in a heartbeat.
EQ2 definitely implemented this a long time ago, a dungeon of the day, and it didn't have roulettes, which I guess that kind of takes it out. But yeah, if we had like a specific dungeon of the day where you'd get extra bonuses or extra something for running that dungeon, it would be kind of cool.
It would. Incentive. It fucking, like the biggest fear is like you make that this content useless. Like the whole point of like the book is to fill it with stickers so you can go run that content. The problem is you can fucking unsync it and just go in and just, you know, so.
And they have made that a lot better. Like there are only certain ones that you can unsync now. There are certain ones that like you just sometimes you can't do that.
True. Every once in a while you get fucking coil 3 and you're just like, I gotta just race to the bottom.
That is true.
Chat real quick. Penguin named Desire says the dungeons are like Shinter's pants. They contain a lot of awesome stuff that people would probably like, but nobody will ever see it. Oof, that's a lot to unpack there, I guess. I mean, you're never gonna see it, Penguin Named Desire. I'll tell you that. Just keep with that attitude.
Most people on stream will never see it either because I
Yeah.
don't stream that low.
Mm. Not
Makes it a lot easier to not wear pants during the stream.
not fucking recently. Can't all you fucking see is your damn character. Let's unpack Shinder's pants on stream. Go. Nope. We will not do that. Let's not do that. How come nobody ever wants to unpack my pants on stream?
I mean, would you want to?
No, not really.
Kind of a thing that probably shouldn't happen on Twitch.
It's true. Actually, shit. Don't shut us down. I will. What? Jesus, Paul. Do you want me to? Paul, I'm not sure if you're asking if you want to unpack your pants or my pants now. I'm very confused. Because you need to put pants first, Flatus. That's true. I'm not wearing pants. But you can't see that. If I stood up though, you probably still couldn't see it. I'm short. I'm short. Not tall. Technically, you could unpack each other's pants on stream as long as you don't show anything from the waist down. We couldn't. We're East Coast, West Coast. So if we could,
there is literal consonant between the two of us.
I mean, there's literal content between us. All right, this one is quick music. I think the music was good this expansion. Yeah, it's on. I am super in love with the Alexander raid songs, and I feel Omega music is great. It's really good. It's done really well. It's classic, just redone. I got Dancing Mad, like a new version of Dancing Mad, which I'm okay with. But I think Heaven's Word music was better. Not saying it was bad.
Kind of mixed here. I really want to listen to the Stormblood soundtrack more.
There's good stuff in there. There's definitely great stuff in there.
I really enjoy a lot of the Stormblood soundtrack, but I haven't listened to it as much because I haven't had the CD. Once I start listening to a little bit more, I feel like Stormblood's definitely going to win over Heaven's Word for me. I'd really like the thematic elements that it has and a lot of the just the style of music that it is. I tend to like more than that of Heaven's Word. There are definitely individual songs in each expansion that I find are really, really good that I really enjoy, but yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until I listen to Stormblood music a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Stormblood probably has my favorite relaxing music. Like, I'll go to a zone and just chill because it's got my favorite. Just I can relax here, and I'm okay with I can chill here. It's like super relaxing. I don't think Heaven's Word's had it, but in terms of main content stuff, like I said, I think the Alexander raid boss fight songs were really done really well because they were all unique to a lot of the bosses and. No, I think
Alexander
they were.
Fights had pretty much the same boss music for all of them except for the last ones.
Yeah, ish.
All of the 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3 had the same music, and then 4 had the same music, and then 4-8 had the same music, and then 12 had different music.
It was still banging though. Still
they were still really, really good. They weren't all unique.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but it was all the music from. It's because it's music I've heard. I know for you, maybe for you it's different, but for me, I've heard this. This is old Final Fantasy music just redone, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's great, but it's not original. I guess.
Are you talking about Stormblood in general, or are you just talking about
specifically the Omega Raids music?
Yeah, between Omega and Alexander has the better music hands down. I cannot even tell you any of the themes that were in Omega.
It's Dancing Mad, X Death theme. I mean, it's just.
I don't have the nostalgia from that because I never played the original games.
But
so
even
I don't.
I do, and I'm just it's great. I'm glad that's in here. Yay. But
I guess what I just mean is not
R-
having the nostalgia factor, there's no like it doesn't resonate with me at all, and it doesn't get stuck in my head like I have Alexander.
But Rise with Me, Gobby Doom.
It's like Rise and
Fucking
Brute Justice and what's the other one?
a Locust.
Yeah, like those three stand out a lot. Like
Dancing Mad.
they're stuck in your head kind of things, and none
They
of the music
are.
from Omega or Sigma have gotten there.
No, and I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love Dancing Mad. It's a good theme, but it's not something I'm like walking around and being like. I'm like usually walking around and being like fucking Sonic Boom, and I'm like fucking in my head. I'm like, and but now I'm not sitting there doing fucking Dancing Mad in my head and shit. Overall, I'd give the music this time around. It's really I'm torn. I'm torn because I don't want to give it a bad grade. But at the same time, if I'm fucking throwing it against like A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. I don't know. I'd probably give it a B. I'd probably give the music a B. I feel there's more memorable music, and I just need to listen to the soundtrack more. I'm not sure, but it's not bad. It's just I don't know if there's anything like I would like. I fucking specifically would go and listen to shit again from A Realm Reborn and Heavensward over. I think there's only a couple songs where I'm like, all right, I'll fucking listen to Tsukiyomi theme because it's got that fucking bomb ass fucking Japanese punk song on the second half of it, and then I'd listen to Byaku because I like that funky bass.
Like as an overall, I do like a lot of the Eastern themes that they put into the music for this.
Oh yeah.
If we're comparing just like trial music and all of that, it gets a little bit tougher because there are themes that I just really like from The Realm Reborn and from Heavensward. But if we're talking about music as a whole for the expansion, you can't just focus on the trial music either.
No,
stuff like the Overland theme, the dungeon themes, and all of that. And I think that it was a really, really strong showing for Stormblood.
It was. No, but still, I think if I took it as a whole, there's some parts where I'm just like,
I honestly find a lot of Heavensward music very, very repetitive and very, very not bland, but I'm not a fan of the whole like
organ.
Yeah, well, I like the organ, but I don't like the whole like it's very, very. I can't remember what the term is for it. It's gonna bother me now, but that style of music, I'm not a fan of it.
Gothic. Like, well,
yes,
I mean,
but no.
Yes, but
Chat. It's very interesting, but I find it very, very repetitive, and it's not something that I'd like to listen to over and over and over again.
They did a pretty decent job of spicing up the areas with different little soundtracks of their own like little doing. But we spent a lot of time.
A lot of it is that very. It sticks to that one genre, that one era, very, very strongly throughout a lot of the places, and I found that was kind of overdone. And Stormblood's the same. It sticks very much to a lot of the Eastern themes in its music. I like a lot of that, so it bothers me less.
But I have to say though, we look back, but you forget we also have I'm about to say fucking Garabanya, which fucking. I mean, we also have Alamigo, and we have those themes. We can't just focus on authored. We can't just go like it's got Eastern themes. So yeah, but it's also got this other continent, and maybe we just haven't spent enough time there. But I mean, does anything? But if you go there, I mean, is there any themes or stuff over there where I'm just like, all right, yeah, I'm fucking, this is dope.
No, but can you remember any of the themes from like Sea of Clouds or?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Because I can't really remember those because all I can think about is the stupid flying mount music. Really just like the flying mount music now.
I mean, you can always turn it off.
Played.
Turn it off. Just turn it off and then just enjoy the ambience. All right, so I don't know. So what did you grade? I'm gonna say B, just a B. Just gonna.
I'm gonna go with probably an A minus. I really enjoyed a lot of the music.
Overall content. So this is just like the leftovers, right? This is our Heavens on High, our Animus, our Alfie simulation fucking project. This is everything else that didn't fall under like a specific thing. So For me, I think the Heavens on High is great. It's a lot of fun. I like being an otter. Is it?
No.
Is it more of the same of like Palace of the Dead? Yes, but I feel that I like the idea that there's summons, and I feel like it's entirely possible to get to floor 100. I don't. It doesn't almost feel like it's as daunting of a task. And I can get a frilled lizard, and I also feel like the sacks and stuff, I'm getting way like they're pretty generous on like what's dropping out of there. Anything on
I thought you were still going.
I mean, I could talk
I
about
think out of
Animus.
all of the three, like the base game, Heaven's Word, and Stormblood's definitely had the strongest showing for content that's outside of the norm. We had stuff added in the base game, like I guess Golden Saucer and Lords of Verminion and Triple Triad. Like we had all that stuff in the base, and it wasn't the greatest. And then Heaven's Word added some stuff with like Diadem, and it had the
it added the most
Palace
like
of the Dead.
It also added the feast and that stuff.
Yep.
So
and I think that was pretty good. But so far with Stormblood, we've had Eureka, which was a much nicer implementation of Diadem.
Yes.
We've had the new PvP mode, which I think is better than the Feast, even though I've never played it still.
Astrologos is fun as shit. It's so much fun.
We've had Heavens on High, which is, in my opinion, a much better implementation of Palace of the Dead.
Mm-hmm. Much more refined.
It's definitely more refined. It's faster. It's not as grindy, and the rewards seem to be coming a lot better. And there's a lot of good rewards.
Yeah.
So overall, I think maybe there's not as many new and fresh ideas coming out with this, but I think that every idea that they've done has been much better received. It's been much better implemented.
Yes, and at least with Eureka, we already know, like they already said, like the next part, the Pagos, is going to be changing, adding new gameplay elements, adding new this, and they said the next the next part after that, I think it starts with an L. I think I want to say Lagos or something like that. Don't quote me on that name. Is going to be adding all new gameplay elements, all new like. I'm glad that this is giving them an option to play around and adding these new things. Because when we first initially stepped into Eureka, we praised it. Like there was shit that were like, that could be worked on. But if we know that they're saying, yeah, we're working on that stuff and adding these new gameplay elements and adding all this new stuff, I know for a fact like Pagos is that they said that they're gonna play with like things like height, like having to like climb up above something to drop down and get to a place. And that's cool. Like that's a great way to use your map, right? Like that's something to say like, all right, cool, like that's a smart way to say how do we use our zones better. How do we, instead of us just making ramps and stuff to go up and go down, can we utilize our areas better? Like how do we utilize these maps more? And like that's stuff they can use outside of Eureka and implement in the game. Because if you start if Eureka is going to be your testing bed for stuff outside the game, that's a great place to test it because you have a smaller contested version of groups, and it's a great way to test it. I'm not saying that it should be a testing ground, but it's a great Chili says Logos, but it's a code name. All right. Is Logos like backwards? Is it Sogol? It's just it. So, and there's the Alfie simulation, which it's new to Final Fantasy. So if you've not played World of Warcraft ever, getting to play as Alfie was something new for players. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh fuck, I got to play as Alfie. And I'm like, that's not new to me. And I'm not gonna knock it because it was a translation error saying like they were gonna add something that was never seen in MMO before. It was supposed to be never seen in Final Fantasy's MMO before. So I'm not gonna knock it, but it was all right. It was done okay. Nothing I'd write home about. I mean, I've played as Illidan. I've played as various Warcraft heroes in time in that MMO. So it's not special, I guess, to me. But if you've not done that before and you got to play as Alfie and that fucking tickled your fancy, congratulations. I mean, would you want more of that? Do you want to play as some of your scions to tell story?
No, I want to go play as Alfie again.
It's just specifically Alfie.
Or Alize.
Alize would be fun. It's going around there. I want to play as Yugiri. I want to play as Yugiri, with Yugiri. Fucking, I don't know. What do you think Yugiri's into?
Knives.
All right. Well, better sharpen up. So overall, do I think the content was better? Yes, absolutely. I think even over Heavensward, I think this has been their most adventurous form of content. They've really honed in on their like PvP. They've honed in better on like the Palace of the Dead or the deep dungeon system. Even we forgot the Canals of Uznair, like the treasure maps, way better. Like just it's a little bit tougher. There's the deeper maps now, the pie or whatever they're called, like I forget, like the other maps that you can get that make you go deeper, like into the canals. They're adding more of that. They're adding deeper versions, like we're gonna just go deeper. Gotta go deeper, Shin.
You mean like the Fabled Deeps map?
Yeah, that. There's gonna be a new one that goes fucking even further. I don't know how deep you can go, but we're gonna get there. But I'm down. I mean, fucking, I still want my golden whisker so I can have a golden Namazu.
I've had a Fabled Deeps map for like 6 months.
We should go. Listen, I'm just saying, a certain little potato friend of ours is going to be 70, and that's a great way to celebrate it. Plus, I think a lot of people in our FC would like to go.
She'll need gear first.
We'll get her 70 gear. She'll be fine. No, but she'll be fine.
You remember the last time that we went into one of those?
We can, yeah, but we'll be fine though. We'll have a healthy party. We'll have a healthy, but we'll be fine.
She needs gear.
Well, she'll be fine. Anyway, let's fucking rate the overall other content. I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A. I think they did okay.
I would give it a strong A. It's definitely the best showing that we've had.
Mm-hmm. And if I had to accumulate our grades, I'd probably say Stormblood as a rating, as an expansion. I think if we fucking, is there any? Are we doing the American like? There's a curve.
I don't know. I haven't been really paying attention to any specific metric.
All right, then overall, I think Stormblood got an A. I believe, based on the grades that we gave it. We did it.
I'm gonna say probably an A- or a strong B+ overall.
Alright. I mean, fair.
I think that as a whole, like individually, a lot of the parts did really, really well. As a whole, there are some areas that could have been done much better or could have used a little bit of improvement. I don't think it necessarily takes away from it as much, but it does make me I don't think it deserves like a perfect grade by any means.
That's not fucking knocking it out of the park. It's all right. So if I had to like, all right. So if I had to say it's like an A, yeah, it's like A- B+. Like if we're going by the minus like plus scale, yeah, it's probably right around there. Like I don't want to say my A is like 100. It's not 100. It's like it's like on the lower ends of the A's. Like a 90%, just like right there. With that being said, though, I mean, overall, this fucking expansion is doing pretty okay. It's delivered on a lot of things. The team has done really well. It had a rocky fucking start. Like there was a lot of not content there. Adding Heavens on High, adding Animus, adding Astrologos, like that stuff helps and keeps the game alive. it sucks that that stuff comes out later in the expansions. That is something I'd like to see fixed. I would like to see that stuff come out sooner in the expansion so that it's more of a like, all right, cool, we have something to do as we wait in between patches, or give us something to start. Like, you know, I understand like, hey, we promised Animus earlier and we couldn't deliver it on time. Don't do that. Like, I know who they said. Yes,
I think they did well with that this time. Yes, it got pushed out a little bit, which is not so great, but if we would have gotten all of this content at the beginning, we would have been bored of it at this point, and we'd have had absolutely nothing to do.
No, I think they could have spread it out. I'm not saying that, but I think, but
they have spread it out though. That's the thing.
I mean, yes, but I still feel like, and if Animus would have came out when it should have, I feel like the spread would have been a little more even, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like Animus kind of stepped over something. I just don't remember what. Or nothing. Oh no, I think Astrologos came out roughly around the same time as Animus. Maybe not. Maybe I'm confused. No, it didn't. Astrologos came out first. Oh, listen, I don't know, but not everybody PvP, so what the fuck. So that being said, you got any closing thoughts on this? I know you want to go eat, and we've done an hour show on accident. All right, well, all right, hold on. Chili, real quick. You'll be able to change your roles in Logos, which will be strange. You could be a you could be a paladin healer role. That's all right. I mean, fuck it, I'm down. Whatever. Like, I'm gonna be a fucking Dark Knight that casts magic, so I can be a fucking battle mage. I want to play Tataru. They're adding a roulette wheel to canals. A roulette? What the fuck is a roulette wheel? A roulette wheel.
Wheel that you spin.
I understand. Listen, I know what Wheel of Fortune is. All right. Fucking. Can I buy a Valpat?
No.
Oh shit.
I don't have enough money.
Wait, all right, real quick. If this was Wheel of Fortune, would I be Pat Sajak and you be Vanna, or other way around? Would I be Vanna?
I don't know if I could age like her.
Fuck, if I could age like Pat Sajak. Fuck her ass age. Either is fucking, what's his name from Jeopardy? Trebek? Trebek hasn't aged either, just shaved his mustache.
He's retiring though.
Is he? He's also Canadian. I mean, maybe you could be Trebek. Can we agree on something though? Doesn't he sound pompous as fuck?
Trebek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does sound fucking pompous as, like, every time like somebody gets an answer wrong, he's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, the answer, like, he talks down to them like, no, the answer is this. Like, motherfucker, you have the cards. What the fuck? Anyway, all right, that's enough of that bullshit. Anyway, welcome next week where Shin and I talk about fucking our favorite game shows. You know, mostly it's probably gonna be fucking Family Feud bloopers. No. No, not a Family Feud fan. Price is Right. Price.
Ooh, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, fucking yeah. So don't. Same thing. I was about to say. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. God damn it.
Too slow.
Oh fuck it! Don't forget to spay and neuter your Makote and.
Or your Lalafell.
Dude, can you spay and neuter a potato?
Yes.
Hmm.
Don't ask how.
Wait, does it involve scalloping it?
Now it does.
With that said, if you like,
don't forget to spay and neuter your Makote or scallop.
Scallop your Lalafell. With that being said, if fucking scalloping your Lalafell is your jam, you could fucking join us on Umbra over on the Gilgamesh server. And of course, people are hanging out there, including Paul Metal of Mugar on Radio. He hangs out there and tells us about his life, and it's quite fun. I love it. Fucking chili broiling. Fucking. Let me tell you how, like, real quick. You ever fucking want to make a great baked potato? Fucking rub that shit down in olive oil and pour salt, sprinkle salt on it, and bake that shit. And fuck, the skin gets so no, what? It gets crispy.
Want to make it taste amazing? It's butter.
No, butter's great. You're gonna add butter to that bitch, of course. But if you rub olive oil on that sucker, that fucking crisps up the skin though. Butter will burn.
Rub it with butter.
Because butter will burn. Add butter later. I'm not saying don't stay on the butter. Listen, I rub down my potatoes. I rub down my potatoes too long. Like maybe I'm like almost like I'm falling in love with an earthen root vegetable. like it's like if somebody came to my kitchen and saw me rubbing down my potato, it'd probably be like that's too many minutes rubbing that down with olive oil. But I want to make sure that thing is coated well and ready to be crisped up. Pro tip, always treat your women like you treat your potatoes. Fucking
does.
I do. I married a potato lady, so
Rubs them down with oil and scallops them.
If you want to know what that means, join us on Umbra. And that being said, you can find us here weekly Fridays, normally at 9:30 Eastern. That is 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Today was weird and shit didn't work, but hopefully by next week everything's fucking working, including iTunes. You can catch our fucking shows on normally fucking on Google Play and Stitcher, and hopefully iTunes again. You can go to our website. That's www.maelstromradio.com. That is where you can also find our RSS feed, the show, the link to our email, which is show@maelstromradio.com. You can also find our Discord link there, so I'd probably go check that out if you want to join our Discord. If you don't want to go to our website and you still want to find us on Twitter, it's Maelstrom_radio until Twitter dissolves and destroys the person who fucking has Maelstrom Radio has never tweeted out, and then I will take that and consume that fucking name. Facebook.com/Maelstrom Radio. I'm also utilizing that to ask questions and send stuff out that I send on Twitter. So I try to utilize all of our social medias. And of course, Twitch.tv/Maelstrom Radio. You can find us here weekly. I'm probably going to stream a horror game sometime this weekend. So if you're here live and you want to see me fucking, it's a demo, but still, if you want to see me, manly Yelp. I do that. I manly Yelp a lot. What if I'm banned on Twitter asking for a friend? Just make a new account. That's all you gotta do. Just make whatever your name was on Twitter, make number 2 of that name. That's how you do. Unless they banned your IP or some shit. I don't know to tell you about that, but just horror game? What did he horror game? I'm gonna play fucking Bunny Ranch Simulator. That would not be allowed on Twitch, I'll tell you that right now. It'd fucking be taken right off. So I get to see no, you won't see me shit myself. I'm not that bad. But anyway, Shin, you want to say goodbye to everybody? They can't see you, but you can at least say goodbye.
They cannot, so I will just say goodbye.
Alright. Fucking low energy tonight, I'm so sorry. Titty horror game. Oof. What happened to chat? Chat took a nosedive at the end here. I'm gonna do one of these. Do one of these titty horror game. Jesus. Of course. Wait a minute. Let's try that again. Whoop. There we go. Try that. I'm gonna edit that later. So, yeah, thank you for joining us for episode 92. I'm so sorry for the low energy. Shin and I had a rough fucking week in this fucking video shit. It's tough. It's tough. I promise you we'll be better next week. And I promise you show 100 will be great. And then we'll move on to fucking phase 87 of Maelstrom Radio after show 100. And I'm sure that'll be fantastic. But for now, as we always say here, till sea swallows all. Keep listening.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com, Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at SoundCloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their host, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until sea swallows all, keep listening.